Hello, Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I have, it's Sarah's day off. I have not talked to her today, so I haven't talked to anybody today using this. So please let me know if if there's like no sound or what have you. Things can happen. Hello, everybody. I am here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America, feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That's an ongoing thing. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. Special shout out to Lucky Girl. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because of you. You have been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching this on replay, hello. You go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. They're not in any good order today. They're all just kind of tossed in. So we're going to be jumping around topic-wise. But maybe that'll be a nice change just so we don't like sink too deeply into one particular energy before we move on to the next. So Vibe Check was saying earlier in the chat, I was just struck with a wave of emotion for gratitude for this community. That is how I feel every day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Vibe Check. Also, there was a question, how was the monthly Patreon social that was last night from 8 to 10 p.m.? I think it went well. Ask the patrons. We did. It was my first attempt, but I created a kind of a game for us to play for the first half, and it was my version of Wait, Don't Tell Me. If you know that news show, quiz show on NPR. My version, which was Wait, Don't Elect Me. And so it was all political stuff, and it was fun. And says we had a good time and played games. Oh, good. All right. So, Lady Eva says 3 a.m. German time, which is why I wasn't there. I'm sorry about the timing. I just wish I could. But anyway, we'll work it out. Okay. And thank you, Donna, for the nails. I haven't worn these in a while. They've got the nice. It's actually like a diamond cut pattern, diamond shaped pattern. So they're a little 3D and they reflect light quite well. So I thought it'd be nice to, like little like you see butterflies in the wildflowers, kind of the things I think of. Anyway, all right. The next Patreon social will be August 20th. It's the last Saturday of the month, so the next one will be on August 26th. And I'm hoping people said they liked this, so I was going to put together a whole new, hopefully better. Wait, Don't Elect Me. So anyway. Joyce Matthew says the Family Feud game you did was epic. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. That was a fundraiser to raise money for Kirsten Langston from Third Eye Champagne after she had a bunch of medical expenses and was trying to help there. Okay. Let's jump into ye old questions starting at 4 minutes and 20 seconds in. Mary, we're going to actually start with Mary 41's question. We're just going to start right off the top. Like I said, we'll be bouncing from topic to topic today. Lady Eva, how's she doing now? I believe she's okay. I mean, she's been doing lots of good stuff. So, number 1, Mary was asking, will Biden be impeached? With no evidence of a crime. Yeah, because that makes sense. Deflect, delay. Yet Renier says, on what grounds? Yeah. Oh, Lynott says she'll come next time. Good. Ace of Pentacles. Fundraiser. A way to I mean, their thinking is there's only so much political news oxygen on a daily basis, and if they can suck up enough of it with their made up garbage, Rudy Giuliani cobbled together garbage from Russia, pretending it's Hunter Biden's laptop, which doesn't exist. There's no, you've never seen a picture of the laptop, have you? Or the MacBook or whatever it was. You've never seen it, have you? Because it doesn't exist. Rudy Giuliani came back from Ukraine where he had bought a hard drive from the Russians for, let's see, they were asking, because it was known at the time that he was around there, that the Russians had hacked Hunter's phone to get photographs, and then they had dug into, they basically broken into the system at Burisma and stolen emails and cobbled, because this is the thing about emails. It isn't just what you have. They've gone out. So they scraped a bunch of stuff from Burisma, put it all together, made some stuff up, sold it to, now at the time they were asking for $5 million, saying we have proof. So who knows how much Giuliani paid, but he came back and he was trying to spread this stuff, and it wasn't working, and they finally came up with some genius plan to give it to a legally blind, to do it, this whole pantomime made up, we'll go give it to the legally blind computer repair person who is totally QAnon, totally pro, totally GQP, and even that didn't go anywhere for a while, but on and on and on. And they were trying to put it together for the October surprise in 2020. Failure. Didn't work. And they've been dragging this out ever since. So, yes, Kathy Delisle, it has stunk of Putin propaganda from the start. It smells of vodka and desperation. Yes, Alan, Giuliani, utter filth. Yes, he is. Yeah. Hello, Tupelo honey. Tupelo honey. Sorry. All right, so anyway, based on what? There's Biden, King of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Well, that's the thing. If they just keep making unfounded garbage proclamations, they don't have to prove anything. As soon as they have to prove something, if they actually, in the House, if they actually call for an impeachment vote, everyone can get together, the Democrats and some of the Republicans who are not in ruby red districts can get together and say, excuse me, where's your proof? Where's your proof? Yeah. And Andrea Mitchell, when the Hunter Biden plea deal fell apart this last week, she was so breathless. And she talked about that, and she was asking about that and the indictments coming down, possibly coming down that day for Donald Trump for what happened on January 6th. And the person she was talking to had to call her out and say, these are not equal. Hunter Biden is not in power, he's not running for office. He's never run for office. He's not going to run for office. There is nothing that his father did that we can tell was wrong. These are not the same. And she's like, oh, all right, you're right. I have to apologize. I would accept your apology, Ms. Mitchell, if it wasn't kind of an ongoing thing. She's married to Alan Greenspan. She's really conservative. I don't know exactly why she works for MSNBC, except maybe she doesn't want to do the super crazy, but all right. So you're going to manage to get a vote and actually impeach Joe Biden in the House? Two of Swords. People going on the record with no, even at the, I think it was the last hearing. It was either the last hearing or the one right before. I think it was Comer. Is it Comer? Who's the guy with the Southern accent who's been spearheading a lot of this in the House? Not Jim Jordan. I'm talking about, there's another guy. And he was saying, well, with this witness here, this witness here, we're close to getting evidence of a crime. Because you don't have any. Comer, thank you. Core Smith, Glenn Bird, Lady Eva, N. Moss, Glenna Miles, thank you. Glenn Bird says Comer, representative from Kentucky, thank you. Lisa Beasy, thank you. I thought it was Comer. I just, the names, they start to. So that got you closer to evidence of a crime. And this is your big hearing in the House, ongoing hearing, where you have no evidence. Yeah. Strength, Four of Swords, Hermit. Nope. I don't get Biden being impeached. There's no there. And it's one thing to lie to Fox News. It's a whole other thing to go on the record impeaching a president with no proof. Okay. At 1310, Maggie, who had a question? 1310. Do you think by the end of 2024, we will see the end of all the Trump and Associates trials? I sincerely hope so, as 1 year is way more than long enough to torture us. We don't need to drag this out any longer. It depends on how many people they indict. And is there classified material involved? That slows things down. Their motions. I mean, certainly the courts in Washington, D.C., they've gotten used to moving stuff. But by the end of 2024, I wouldn't think that it would all be done by then. I mean, and I'm not even counting appeals. So by the end of 2024, so before the next Congress takes over, in January of 2025. Knight of Wands. Back. Oh, sedition, ain't it grand? Five of Swords. Legal insult to injury. Eight of Pentacles, working, Hierophant, that'll be the institution, Queen of Swords, and Page of Cups. I don't think so. There's so much and so many people. Yeah, and I've been getting Republicans being able to stay in their seats for quite a while because innocent until proven guilty. The institution is actually going to take quite a hit, but this is a lot. The Queen of Swords is usually more investigations, which could include discovery, which could include just stuff. It's legal. It's a lot of legal stuff, and then Page of Cups over here. So this is going to be going on for a while. So yeah. Okay. Glenn Bird had a very nice question. 16 minutes in. Thank you. 16 minutes in. Will the MAGA QAnon believers be able to reconcile with their families and friends after Trump and his co-conspirators are exposed, tried, and sentenced? Yes, please. So not fact-finding. Yeah. Five Check says if people would just stop criming, that would be great. Yeah. Able to reconcile with their families. If they're willing to. Joyce Matthews says, is America ready for an incarcerated president? But he isn't an incarcerated. He wouldn't be, because he's not president anymore. He's a man. We don't have kings. Presidents aren't special. I'm not attacking you for asking the question. I'm frustrated with the people out there who are trying to give Trump some kind of pass, which I know you're not doing, but they're trying to give him some kind of pass. Well, but he was the president. I don't care. We're Americans. If Hunter Biden broke the law, he should be held accountable. If Donald Trump broke the law, he should be held accountable. If you break the law, you should be held accountable, especially if you have been in a position of power. That doesn't lower the bar on whether or not you should be held accountable. I think, if anything, it raises it, because you were given extra. And then you still went on some stupid crime wave. No. Queen of Cups. All right, that's families. That's families wishing, getting ready for the holidays, that kind of thing. It would be really nice if it could be more pleasant this year, if it could, because we're past the lockdowns, and we're well past the lockdowns and all of that. People hoping that maybe these holidays will be nicer. Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Chariots, Death. The indictments are going to help. It's the convictions. You have been found by a jury. You are guilty of this. You have been found by a jury to be guilty of this. You have been found by a jury to be guilty of this. You have been found by a jury to be guilty. Once all of that starts coming down, maybe, at least for a while, we might get some of our relatives back, our friends and relatives back. Not all of them, but some. Yeah. All right, so next on, we've got Thread of Hope's question. I've read on this recently, but it's worth looking at again. At 1935. Scientists are once again sounding the alarm about the Atlantic Gulf Stream's potential collapse. Yeah. Do you see it happening? If so, will there be mass climate migration and response? Which is kind of two questions. So let me move this down. Oh boy, Gulf Stream. Atlantic Gulf Stream's potential collapse. Elflower One Stars says, Autumn, please be careful. Lots of crazy people out there. Don't open the door if you don't know the person. I am the last person you need to worry about. Yeah. Man. Oh. Excuse the wordplay, but I am getting a sinking feeling, and I'm not kidding. Empress. Mother Nature will survive, but she survived the asteroid, the asteroids that killed off the dinosaurs. My understanding is it happened more than once, just that one particular time was particularly heinous. Seven of Wands. Cindy says Adam's got dad in the attack kitty. I've actually got quite a bit. So Seven of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Thanks Republicans. Thanks climate deniers. Keep lying. That's the main thing I'm getting right there. Just keep lying. So line your pockets. Put your head in the sand. No, but seriously. You know, I was asked recently about looking at, you know, the Republican Party in 100 years or what have you, and they'll be dealing with climate change. Everyone will be dealing with climate change. That will be the biggest thing 100 years from now. Sad. Four of Pentacles. Ouch. It hurts. It hurts the creatures who live in the sea. It hurts fishing. It hurts. It adds. You get more storms. You get more, because as that warm water comes up the United States East Coast and heads over to Northern Europe, it's siphoning off some of that heat. Well, if it stops doing that, this water down here stays hotter. Everything up here gets colder. And don't forget, we don't think about it, but the UK is actually way the heck north, like northern Canada, kind of. I mean, it's way up there. We just don't think of that because there's so much adding warmth to that part of but if that disappears, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands. This Ten of Cups does not feel happy. It's yeah, these don't feel like happy cards. Everything gets harder to do for animals, people. Not that we aren't animals, we are, but family disruption, a lot of aggression. So at 2440, I'm sorry to say this is not a happy topic to read on. I like to give you guys hope where I can, but I also just tell you as I get it, you know, what am I picking up? There's some topics, if you ask, I'll tell you, but Will there be mass climate migration in response? I mean, there's some already, but will there be mass climate migration? Because people living near the equator can't stay there. They can't. Nine of Cups. You know how a couple of decades ago, a few decades ago, there was talk that, boy, you know, if you're getting out of school now and you want to make some money, you should go into some form of care for the elderly, because we're going to get this huge influx of boomers who are going to retire and who are going to need help. Well, if you want to make money in future, find some way to, in the way that during the gold rush, it isn't the people who were going after the gold who really made money. It's the people who were selling the picks and the pens and all of that at their general stores. It somehow invest in people having to flee. How dark is that? But then again, I guess you're helping. Two of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is active searching for a new home, something better. And we've already got racist yahoos freaking out about immigration. But there are gonna be a lot of people, they don't have, I mean, they're moving because they don't have money. They don't have, and it's very personal. This isn't like a chariot. This isn't some great big thing. These are individual families, individual pain, individual bravery. A lot of it, but it's on a very, very human level, and we need to keep reminding those on the far right, these are people, and they are, if you had been born into that situation, you would be doing the same thing. If anything, maybe you wouldn't be doing the same thing because you wouldn't be brave enough. But these people are, and that's exactly the kind of people we want in our country. Those who want a better life, or who are will get up and do something about it. And yeah, all right. Next question listed here. Okay, 20, 28, 25. I don't know how many more of these. 28, 25. I'm not sure if there are more climate-related questions, but I think I'm almost done with climate. No, there's one more. Okay, but it's different. Okay, there's this one and there's one more. All right, so in the past, an El Niño summer has led to cold winter temperatures and snow in southern states. If this occurs again, I think it is occurring, isn't it? I think we're in an El Niño summer, aren't we? If this occurs again, could this mean a disaster for extreme right lawmakers in Texas and Alabama? Daha. Are people suffering in the South going to say to their right-wing leaders who they've elected, quit lying to my face? I know what I'm going through. Queen of Pentacles. Look at the grid collapsing in Texas. Look at the AC bills. Look at what my son, daughter, parent, whomever, who has to work outside for part of the day. And don't lie to my face. Page of Swords. Seven of Swords. Judgment, Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords. Will there be people who get upset? Yes. Will there be people who will double down? Yes. And because of that, will everybody suffer? Yes. Judgment is here. And it's not leaving anytime soon. So oh my gosh, there are just people who are not willing to accept that they were wrong. They're not willing to look at the reality of the situation. They've got their fingers in their ears going la 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 la. Democrats just raised taxes and they're authoritarian and they raise the national debt. And it's like, no, the Republicans have been raising the national debt for decades, not the Democrats. Not much more on the Republican side. We're not really big on the authoritarian thing. We're really not. And Joe Biden is not Mr. Tax Everything. Plus the fact that please go back and look at what Ronald Reagan, his idea of what the wealthy should be paying and what the tax brackets were under Reagan. Oh, you mean Reagan wasn't a libertarian? Shocking, huh? It's a delusion. It's everything that I learned when Reagan was in office. That's what's happening now. No. And I can explain that to you I can explain it to you in one meme that I saw recently. If Back to the Future was made now, Marty would be going back to 1993. Reagan was out of office by 93. Perspective. Please get some. Anyway. Marty? That was Marty. Marty McFly, Kelly. Thank you. Marty McFly, my guy. Thank you. 10 of Wands, the burden. Ten of Cups, Four of Swords, death. Go, yep, on the right. Just go down that road. There's nothing down there. There's nothing good down there. There's nothing good down that right-hand road. Nothing. Lois, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mary 51 and Reaganomics failed. But there were, and the great 50s that these people say they want to go back to. We should go back to the 1950s where men were men and women were women and other people were oppressed and everybody knew their place and everyone had their own little house and blah, 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 blah. Really? What were the tax rates for the highest earning people in the country? I'll wait. Oh, okay, 34.50, 35. All right, I have not seen this video. 34.50. I don't want to see this video, but I will take your word for it and I have heard of it. Raymond de Pascal says there's a video making the rounds on Twitter that shows Kari Lake kissing Trump. I don't want that in my head. What's going on between those two since Melania's not there? I heard, though, like I said, I haven't seen it. I thought, didn't Kari Lake look disgusted? I don't know. So what's going on between Trump and Kari Lake? And I want to say, didn't she get kind of kicked out of Mar-a-Lago? She isn't there anymore, is she? And says, please, I want to keep my eyes. Please don't show it. I wasn't going to. Seven of Pentacles. Money making. Kind of the Three of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. Fool. Devil. Six of Cups. Well, mercifully, I'm not getting certain cards, but there's a whole lot of money. They have a common enemy. They both want to raise stupid amounts of money. They're both extremist idiots. Some kind of nostalgic. I'm not quite. I'd like some clarification on that Six of Cups, please. And thank you for not giving me the super gross cards, because I've had enough of Trump grossing up my cards. Whew. Cheryl Clark says, can't unsee that. Oh, have you seen it? I'm so sorry. Mary 51 says, where is Melania? As far away as she can get. Oh, she's off. I want to say, doesn't she live near her parents? Because that's where she wants Baron going to school or something. Really? Oh, yeah, Robbie, no lover's card. Whew, yeah, or one cards. That's really, no. Mm-mm. Oh, yuck. Lady Eva said, I don't care, do you? That was good. Queen of Wands. Yeah, she's one of the... Yeah, Four of Wands. That's my Mar-a-Lago card. King of Swords. Five of Pentacles. They're on the outs, aren't they? I thought they were on the outs. And I'm not getting... Honestly, I'm not getting that. I'm getting that... we know this is a prosecutor. We know he's got legal stuff about to fall on him. She might as well. But she's out in the cold. He's not even down in Mar-a-Lago now. He's up at Bedminster, I believe. So, Isabel Moss says Melania is counting the days until Baron's no longer a minor. I agree with that. Glenna Miles says Kari Lake was sent packing. She was not useful enough to Trump. Exactly. Ick. Ugh. Just message. Whew. All right. B. Smith was asking, I'm wondering if the storm in DC and the power out with no AC will make climate deniers think again. The DC storm and power outage will deprive many of AC in DC. Will deprive many of AC in DC. Will some Republicans wake up to the reality of climate change? Oh, they already are. But then again, if it's in DC, if we're talking about DC is pretty blue. Will lawmakers wake up to it? Not if it doesn't line their pockets. 3 of Cups. 6 of Cups. Ace of Swords. Hierophant. I don't think there are many minds to change. Not really. So the cards are just going meh. All right. So at 40:40, B. Smith had a question. Oh, no, that was that. Oh, I forgot to write down the time. Shoot. Okay. Velda Ray had a question. This is interesting. At 40:50, New York Times reports Trump's PAC is asking for a $60 million refund on a donation it made. Oh, tell me, Trump, how you're really rich. Will the PAC get the refund? The donation was to another PAC to support a Republican presidential candidate, but the PAC name was not included. I have a lot of trouble believing that Trump's PAC would fork up $60 million for another candidate, but let alone another presidential candidate. That's got to be. I don't have the link to the. I'm just gonna go with. I have read that his PAC gave somebody $60 million and wants it back. So you're really rich, huh? That'd be pocket change to a billionaire. Seriously. Billionaire isn't a billionaire isn't like 1,001 million. It's tick over from 999 million. Tick over that to a billion. 60? So, gonna get your money, your 60 million back, Mr. Rich? Oh, that's right. More than half of his income right now is going to legal fees. Maybe don't crime. You know, things can't get to trial if there's no evidence of a crime. And this isn't one case. It's multiple cases because, as Joyce Vance so beautifully put, everywhere Trump goes, he turns it into a crime scene. Don't do that. It's cheaper. Because I'm not going to make any kind of moral argument toward Trump. Page of Pentacles. Ooh, not much money. King of Cups. 7 of Wands. He's on the defensive. And Joe Biden, blah, 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 blah. Is he going to get the 60 million back, though? Yeah, we know he lives on the drama triangle. Cartman with a K. Cartman's handy dandy drama triangle. That's what Trump lives on. 10 of Pentacles. Well, I'm the leader. They should give me the money. Blah, 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 blah. 9 of Wands. Fool. Legally hemmed in. I'm 8 of Swords. I'm not seeing a lot of money returning, or if it does, it disappears in a heartbeat. This is not good. But he's still trying to keep up the illusion. The Trump dynasty. Please. Right. Hit Kari Lake and Melania. having a cat fight in the pool. This is not Dynasty, and you don't have one. So, okay. Lady Eva at 4510 was wondering which court case will happen first. Let's have a look. Tuesday could be big. Yes, Lynott, the other presidential candidate was Schmonald Schmump. Yes. That's awesome. All right, so which court case against Trump will happen first? There are so many. And all kind of delays. He's trying to play 3-card Monty, only multiple. Delay this, delay that, move this around, put that there. Yeah, good luck. You're actually dealing with some very smart people who you cannot bribe to stop. 7 of Pentacles, and it's expensive. Expensive. Ace of Pentacles can be the start of something new, or it can be just a huge chunk of money. I mean, if you had a piece of gold that big, that would be a lot of money. It's almost like if you put that straight. Yeah, so that is like a gold disc like that. And it looks relatively thick, so yeah, that's a big chunk of money. Justice. Eight of Swords. I'm just getting it's expensive. Justice and hemmed in. So the question is, which court case will happen first? Which trial? Maybe we should say. There are so many. Which So, okay, well, let's narrow it down. Georgia or January 6th? Georgia's on our mind. Knight of Pentacles. Money, money, money. Hermit, 10 of Cups, Page of Pentacles for Georgia, and then January 6th, 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Star. Well, this is a stronger hand as twir. So it's possible the January 6th trial will go forward before Georgia. So that's Georgia. That's January 6th. Yeah. Janelle says we may have a winner. Yeah. It's possible that the all the top secret documents issues, making people get top secret clearance, then making people go to SCIFs to look at the stuff that he stole. So that could really slow stuff down. And it has been feeling like she might actually be one of the later people to finally rule. I mean, the jury ruling and her sentencing. And she's really backed into a corner because she really can't make it all go away. But I'm not picky. I think is what it comes down to. Sure, just pick something. All right, 50-10. Vibe check. Okay, this was a question here, and I asked you guys if you would mind looking this up, because this is actually a Google question. Vibe check was asking about, will the Kentucky governor put a Democrat in if Mitch McConnell steps down? Glenn Bird says, I thought the Kentucky governor vetoed that bill and can still name the senator. It was unconstitutional in Kentucky. Does anybody know? Because it's really a Google question. I can ask, is it likely to happen before the next election? But if it's going to be a Republican or a Democrat, that's a Google question. Hello, Salty Chip. So, yeah, that's the other thing, Glenn Bird. As Glenn Bird saying, guessing Jack and Fonnie are coordinating this. Election fraud can go on while document trial sorts out. They both might do something on Tuesday, at the full moon. So, Glenn Bird says, nah, the governor has to appoint a Republican. Azalea says, I read the Kentucky governor was fighting to get a Dem in. Lisa BZ says, Mitch McConnell put a law in place to not allow the governor to be able to do that. Holly Francis, a supermajority overruled his veto. Oh, you're so awesome. All right, so the answer to that is he can't. The Kentucky governor can't put in a Republican. But is this going to be an issue, or is Mitch going to hang out until the next election? Queen of Wands. He's got a lot of people propping him up, but might I suggest, because I actually do not want any of these people having a stroke on national television, could I please make a recommendation to everyone to please help the man and get him medical care if something else happens? Or if anything happens to anybody else, get people medical care. Don't stand around like nothing's happening. Good grief. Queen of Wands. Yeah, if he'll live, if they'll actually take care of him. World card. High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles. It's bad. This World card, this is bad. And how bad it is a secret. His health is bad, bad, bad. Bad, bad, bad. But he's got people propping him up. And that World card feels terrible. So maybe get to the next election, or Two of Pentacles. Oh, Five of Wands, Tower, Page of Pentacles. Down to the wire. Down to the wire. All right, I need to get out of that energy because it's heinous. Oh, thank you, Janelle. The link to the Pulp Tarot, it's in the description. It's right underneath the questions if you're looking for it. Make your life easier. Where was it? Marie Sutton says, raw story. Is it Bashir's? See, I'm thinking Deep Space Nine, Dr. Bashir. So that's where my brain goes and how to pronounce that. I could be very wrong. But right now I'm just going to call him Bashir. Bashir, Kentucky governor, set the stage for ignoring the law banning him from appointing a Democrat to replace McConnell. It said, let the Republicans sue him. Oh my gosh. And up here, R.D. Lewis says, I'm going to move where it stays cooler. I can't take the heat. I got to say, it's been warm in Chicago, but I always recommend Chicago to people. You can live in the outskirts. You've got good Midwestern. It's a little friendlier, a little laid back, a little more laid back. But you can go into Chicago if you want to do big city stuff. You've got access. People with schools. I recommend Chicago. Just saying. Okay. Willie, 56. Will the governor say and appoint a Democrat? Four of Wands. The Republicans think they've got this locked up, and McConnell isn't a regular Democrat. He's far right. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Supposed to give charity, so it has to be a Republican. There's some kind of legal action here. I don't know if it would work if he did. Hanged Man, don't like that. Eight of Wands, Nine of Wands, King of Cups. There's a lot of stress coming. So I feel like I need to back out of this energy because it's not pretty. So okay. I read on politics every single day, and I understand that it's some negative energy because I don't read on the nicest people, but there is a limit because after a while do you guys remember that TV show about the medium who would go to different towns? Amy someone? But she would go to different towns, and there was a retired New York police detective, and they would just say, look, we're both going to this house or this one thing, but we're not going to interact until the end. And the medium would try to pick up what was going on in the house. The detective would look up the records and try to find out the story of what happened. And then they would meet at the end and discuss if they were getting the same kinds of things. One of the things that she said, the medium, she said was people who do this exact kind of work, where they're going into all of these haunted houses over and over and over, she said they don't live as long as most people because you're picking up so much negative energy. And it's like the Dead Files. That was it, Beth Cat. Thank you. Amy Allen. Thank you, Teresa Messenger. Ugh. I liked that show. But yeah, there's a point at which I draw the line. Reading on jerks, I can do that. Reading on no, thank you. No. Okay. So at 59:30, Mary 59:30. Mary 51 had a question. Will MTG be reelected? Urban Housewife, there are nice people to read on once in a while. Swalwell, Porter. Oh, absolutely. Oh, But people don't really ask questions about them because they're fighting the good fight. You know? Their energy's lovely. And Swalwell, I still think Swalwell's got some big things ahead of him. MTG. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, you think you're going to have some big, long-lived dynasty. 3 of Swords, Knight of Cups, 9 of Cups. Well, she's a sadist. I'm just going to say it outright. My entertainment-only YouTube, but from what I believe of her, she enjoys humiliating people, putting them down, screaming at them. She gets dopamine from that. She gets off on that. But there's some active people on the left here. Could be DOJ related. 9 of Cups. This is Democrats arrayed very, very well against her. She lives in, my understanding is she lives in a very red district. Boebert could very well lose her seat, and that's kind of what I've been picking up. But MTG, I believe she's in a place where she's not likely to get kicked out. King of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Cups world. Yeah, she's coming up to it. There's an ending in her future. This is a card of evidence. I've had her running up against some legal problems for a while now. And actually, my jaw's starting to hurt. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Kathy Delisle says, malignant narcissists are horrible. Bad mojo. Oh, yeah. All right. So at 102.30. 102.30. Thank you for going through this with me. Ellen was asking, will Don Jr. be charged for January 6th? Oh, do put questions in the chat tomorrow just before I come on. 10:30 on is usually good. Central Time. I've only got 4 cards here. And we'll see what that means or says. Anyway, Junior is in for a world of hurt. We've talked about Pluto, the planet that wasn't hugged enough when it was a baby planet. It hits a sign or something or in your chart, and it just starts plowing things up. I don't know that Junior's got anything with Pluto coming in his chart, but when Pluto goes through a sign, what it's plowing up is anything it doesn't have good, solid roots, strong roots. And when you are the son of a malignant narcissist who hasn't dealt with your stuff, you have 5 kids. You had 5 kids with your wife, and you were having affairs, and then you left your wife. You are, even if you aren't losing your hard palate, you look more gaunt and deranged every day, and your job is to, let's just say, well, let's see, you were stopped from being any part of leading any kind of charity for a decade. And your company could very well at this point be referred to as Grift Co. I don't think you got good roots. So Pluto or not, oh, world underneath that. Yeah, it's do an overhaul of your life and get some actual roots. But he won't, because he's self-destructive. He's not the same kind of narcissist his father is. He's the victim of a vicious sociopathic narcissist. And he's survived it by being a jerk. So he's not going to give that up anytime soon until he's forced to. And considering the first card here is refusal, which is, this can be a card of withdrawal. But all kinds of legal worry, suspension, and then a flurry of motions or flailing. Junior's just got bigly. He's got bigly problems coming. Janelle Espinoza says, yes, it's a trauma response. Yeah. Yeah, Mary Huddleston, they stole money from a children's cancer charity. Oh my gosh, what kind of bag of scum do you have to be to steal from a children's cancer charity? Oh my gosh, okay. And he's in delusion land. My father will get back in the White House and everything's going to work out and everything, because he's always gotten away with everything and blah, 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 blah. Rabbit out of a hat. No, 10 of Swords, all the legal swords in your metaphorical back. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, you're not alone in this, and maybe Gargoyle is going to help you a little, but yeah. Cruising for bruising, as 'twere. All right. And those are the questions you gave me for today. But I'm here 365 days of the year, seriously. And thank you, everybody. Everybody, thank you for the Patreon, the being a patron, for becoming a member, joining, your donations. Thank you. Your likes, your subscriptions. It has made a huge difference. Thank you. All right, so it is 1:25 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel here on YouTube. You're always welcome to bring whatever creative work you do. We just want to encourage you. It is Sarah's day off. I'll just be me, but I will do everything I can to encourage you and work on my own creative stuff. And I will be right back here tomorrow, Monday. And then on Tuesday, I will be ready to come on whenever I need to. I've got the whole live stream set up. When Jack Smith comes down with the January 6th indictments of Trump, if I'm not already on, I've got it all set up. And we'll watch the news together. We'll laugh, we'll cry, it'll be glorious. All right, so hang in there. Hello, Robert in Switzerland. Hello. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You're not alone. We're in this together. And Lordy, there are good days ahead. All right, take care. And I'll see you tomorrow.